In the near future, 8 gamers receive mysterious messages inviting them to test a new, secretive experience called the Call-Up. The prize? $100,000. With no real details and curiosity outweighing caution, they follow instructions to meet on the 25th floor of a sleek, high-rise building in the heart of the city. Once everyone arrives, a cold, robotic voice greets them. It instructs them to sign in on a tablet. Adam's bulky frame barely fits into the skin-tight material. Carl's body reveals a scar, an old burn. Andre, confident and calm, explains that he used to be a soldier, but there's no time for bonding. They're led into a chamber with a full-body scanner. The voice returns, telling them to step up, say their usernames, and prepare to receive their gear. They're issued high-tech equipment, suits enhanced with full-immersion virtual reality helmets that link directly to their spines. Adam can't believe it. He thought this level of tech was only for the military elite. One by one, they suit up, but Zahid hesitates. A Bosnian Muslim, he had chosen the nickname Terrorist as a joke, not realizing it would be displayed on his chest for everyone to see. Humiliated, he wants out, but the doors are locked. No staff appear. The others talk him down, saying it's just a game. Reluctantly, he agrees to stay. The voice announces the beginning of the training module. They close their helmets, and everything changes. The white room around them dissolves into a gritty, war-torn, post-apocalyptic city. Their bodysuits are replaced with military uniforms. Tattoos vanish. The environment is stunningly real, but when they try to touch it, their hands pass right through. It's immersive, but not physical. A digital sergeant materializes and immediately starts barking orders. They quickly realize he's not real, an NPC, but his presence is intimidating. He leads them to a weapons room where they receive rifles. In reality, they're just props, but in the simulation, they feel real. Even the recoil has weight. They're told to practice by shooting bottles. Then, the sergeant unexpectedly shoots 2 players. They don't die. They just lose their protective vests. The sergeant explains, in this game, a single hit means you lose your vest, get hit again, and you'll feel pain. Real pain. Each player is given 1 healing serum. Use it wisely. The mission begins. The building has been taken over by terrorists. The objective is simple: eliminate the threat and reach the ground floor. Survivors split the prize. As the simulation loads the next level, Andre takes the lead. With real military experience, he gives tactical tips and moves like a pro. They sweep through rooms until a shadow appears in the corner. An enemy opens fire. Most players panic, but not Andre. He calmly takes the shot, eliminating the target. The voice congratulates him. Level 25 complete. All points go to Andre. When they inspect the body, they confirm it's just another NPC, but their first attempt to take the stairs is blocked. An electric barrier threatens to fry them if they try to leave early. The game is in control. Level 24 begins with upgraded weapons. Andre gives a quick tutorial. Then, Marco gets a kill, boosting his confidence. Players start running and gunning recklessly. Adam wastes all his bullets without hitting a thing, so Andre jumps in to help and takes a hit, losing his vest. Taylor begins to panic. She wasn't even supposed to be here. A friend got the invite, and she came instead. Now she's trapped in a hyper-realistic war zone. Shelley tries to comfort her, but even she freezes when faced with an enemy. Carl saves them, but he's shot and loses his vest. When he tries to surrender, he's shot again. In desperation, Shelley steps up and kills the enemy, her first shot. But Carl is in agony. They both remove their helmets. Even in real life, Carl is convulsing in pain. Andre uses his 1 serum to heal him. Carl throws up, terrified. This isn't a game. Everyone takes off their helmets for a breather. Adam finds new weapons, while Carl explains he felt real shocks, like being electrocuted. Zahid panics again. Marco thinks it's some kind of social experiment. Zahid suspects military testing. Paranoia builds. Some accuse Andre of being a plant, an insider. Andre storms off to the bathroom, but the game doesn't pause. Enemies revive. One finds Andre alone. He gets shot, tries to use a serum, but he already spent it on Carl. The others hear gunfire and rush to put their helmets back on. Too late, Edward is gunned down instantly. Taylor tries to escape down the stairs, but the level isn't finished. She's blocked by the barrier. More enemies arrive. It's chaos. Adam throws a grenade and wipes out the attackers. The level ends. Adam earns the high score. Then, silence. In the quiet, they hear Andre's voice. He's begging for help. They find him convulsing. He managed to lift his helmet just in time to hear a countdown, then goes still. Shelley tries CPR, but it's useless. He's dead. Blood on the floor confirms the truth. This is not just a game. They try to remove their helmets. Nothing works. Zahid grabs a fire extinguisher and begs Carl to help. Carl hits him repeatedly. Still, the helmet won't budge. Then, the sergeant appears again. He phases right through Carl, walks up to Zahid, and kicks him to the ground. punishing him for breaking the rules. A chilling warning: there are consequences for not playing. The group has no choice but to keep moving. They go through several levels without much trouble. Although on each floor they must learn to use new weapons and deal with new game mechanics. In the room with a gas leak, they can't use fire weapons, and instead, they have to get knives to fight hand to hand. Having to kill someone face to face makes Taylor's anxiety worse, and Shelly promises her she'll get her out of there. As they continue to go down, most of the team loses their vests. During a serious gunfight, both Carl and Adam get shot down, so Shelly and Marco help them with their serums. A few hours later, the group takes a break and discovers it's nighttime in real life. Tired of being in the game, they use various objects to start hitting the windows, and Zahid manages to crack the glass using a cart. At that moment, the sergeant appears again and starts beating Zahid up with much more strength than last time. Zahid tries to run away by taking the stairs, but the sergeant kicks him down, and the resulting fall causes Zahid to break a leg. Before leaving, the sergeant announces that the next person who tries to escape will be killed. The team rescues Zahid and notices that that wound is in real life, but not in the game, so they can't use the serum. The computer voice reminds them that they need to move, so Zahid asks them to hide him and leave without him. The group puts him down behind some furniture, and minutes after they leave, Zahid dies of blood loss on the next level. Marco argues with the others over the new weapons, and the distraction allows a hidden enemy to shoot him in the rear. While the team fires back, Taylor runs to hide in a bathroom stall. After lots of shooting, a grenade ends the fight again, and Shelly helps Marco with a serum. The team realizes Taylor is missing and goes looking for her. A terrorist appears in the bathroom and starts checking the stalls one by one. Shelly hears him, so she bursts through the door and stabs the guy first. The level ends, and Edward gets the high score, putting him in first place on the board. While taking a break, the team discusses their lives and realizes all of them have no family, which means they were chosen because nobody would look for them. This way, they can get killed, and the company won't get consequences. The group moves to the next level and finds the sergeant beating up a hostage. He explains there's a bomb in the basement that will blow up the building and kill them all if they don't stop it soon. The only way to disarm it is to get the code from the hostage. Since the guy is connected to voltage transmitters, Edward doesn't hesitate to start electrocuting him without mercy. After begging for his life to no avail, the terrorist says a word, and Adam writes it on the computer. However, this actually activates the bomb, and there are only 30 minutes to manually override it before it explodes, while the sergeant leaves. The hostage laughs at them, and Taylor kills him. A furious Marco blames Adam for this and tries punching him, but gets his hand hurt on the helmet, so he opens it to punch his actual face. When Taylor tries to stop him, she gets hit as well. At that moment, the sergeant's yelling voice can be heard, saying he's holding the elevator door open. The team rushes to get inside, and the elevator starts going down, only to stop rather abruptly. The doors don't fully open, so Marco pulls to create enough space for everyone to come out. However, when Adam tries to leave, Marco blocks him as punishment, and they both end up stuck inside. The elevator takes them to the third floor and closes. After they come out, the duo sees a crashed helicopter outside the window before they start advancing through the level. Marco forces Adam to go first, and Adam manages to kill a terrorist, but he also runs out of ammo. This doesn't stop Marco from pushing Adam ahead, keeping him as a shield. This allows Marco to run and hide while Adam is shot down, and in a few seconds he's dead. With only 15 minutes left, Marco has a breakdown, but he doesn't hesitate to move when the voice announces this level is finished. Meanwhile, on the fourth floor, the rest of the team finds some weapons and starts searching the area. Suddenly, a terrorist throws a smoke grenade, and Carl has to step back as he has a panic attack. Shelly rushes to check on him, and Carl explains he lost his girlfriend during the fire that gave him the scar. He blames himself for not saving her, and now smoke is a trigger for him. With a few words, Shelly calms him down and convinces him to keep moving. The team continues to go through the different levels and reaches floor 1 with almost no ammo. While the others keep fighting the terrorists, Taylor searches the area and finds some serum. Suddenly, Marco appears behind her and asks for the injection, but Taylor refuses, so Marco shoots her to death. When Carl comes looking for Taylor, Marco pretends he's being attacked and ignores him. Carl finds Taylor's body, and after freaking out, he sees she's written Marco's username with her blood. A furious Carl opens his helmet and attacks Marco in real life, landing a few kicks before trying to choke him. However, Marco pushes Carl against a wall and brings him down to hit him until they separate. Carl retaliates by hitting Marco with a fire extinguisher, but Marco kicks him off. When Marco gets ready to shoot Carl, the sergeant appears and starts beating him up. After a few punches, the sergeant grabs Marco by the neck and strangles him until he dies. After finding the bodies, the 3 remaining players start making their way down with only 7 minutes left. When they reach the basement, the voice says, "This is the final level." The trio grabs the new weapons and searches the floor, killing the terrorists they find along the way. Whenever there's an opening, they try to move toward the bomb, but the enemies just keep coming. Carl throws a grenade and finishes the fight, so now they can move faster. However, a surprise terrorist appears in a van and quickly shoots Carl down. While Shelly and Edward run to hide, Carl searches for his serum injection. Shelly hears there are only 2 minutes left and tries to run to the bomb, only to be shot down too. Carl gets shot again as he moves toward her and heals her instead. He tells her to win before dying by her side. Edward then uses a bazooka to kill the last enemy and runs to stop the bomb with just a second left. Afterward, the sergeant shows up to congratulate them on winning. Edward starts repeating the sergeant's speech, revealing he's been the company's inside guy all along. The simulation ends, and a bunch of men in black come in to put Shelly to sleep before they start cleaning the building and getting rid of the bodies. The game server deletes all the information on the players and initiates the shutdown sequence. In the morning, Shelly wakes up in her normal clothes and finds Edward in a suit, helping the crew take care of everything. He gives her the bag with the cash prize, and when she threatens to go to the police, he points out nobody will believe her when a man tries to sedate her. Again, Shelly fights back and injects him instead. Then she steals his gun and shoots all the lights in the parking lot. Edward sends his men after her, but after all the experience Shelly got in the game, she easily kills them all. When Shelly comes out, Edward begs for his life, but she kills him too, with no mercy. Then she leaves the building without taking the money. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.